Hello Libra, welcome. This is Love in the Full Moon for the month of November. So this is a general love reading for all Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for this month of November's full moon. So dear universe, what messages do you have for the greatest and highest good for all of our Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for this month of November? Messages for all of our Libras in love for this month of November. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, dear universe. What messages do you have in love? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, dear universe. What messages do you have for our Libras? Little heartbreak going on in the world. So some of you are feeling really weak about a situation. It's almost like you're involved with somebody that I feel like you knew it was a risk going in with this relationship, but you took it anyway, and now some of you are trying to avoid each other and try to hide and be on your own, and I feel like you just want to stay single in the midst of this relationship. So what is your recent past? Yeah, you might be dealing with a Scorpio. Maybe you are a Libra Scorpio cusper, but it's one of these things that you know this person, it was a bad risk to get involved in the beginning, and now it's like you're trying to figure out, how do I maneuver this in a good way and put an end to it? For some of you, you feel like maybe you just need to do nothing right now and just kind of see where this is going to go. But I feel like there's a lot of communication that's going to come up regarding this whole relationship and whether or not it's going to work or not work. Because I feel like somebody, they're more of a come and go. It's like they're not truly committed. It could be this Scorpio. It's like this energy of like, I'm in, I'm out, I want to be with you, I don't want to be with you type of thing going on with you and this person. And out comes the Seven of Pentacles with the Tower and the Nine of Wands reversed. So I feel like you know that with this person, it's going to be very difficult, if ever, to make things truly work. But you also don't know how you're going to end this without somebody getting hurt. It's like you know that this could end in a bad way. So, dear universe, what else do you have for the present situation for our Libras? So I think you're confident. I think you know what it is that you need to do, and you see the direction you need to take with this person. Maybe this already came to a head. Maybe it's over and now you're alone. Because here I feel like something just wasn't fair between you and them. And I think once you made the decision to put an end to this relationship with this person, this is when you start to see really how the relationship truly was not good for you. And you know, I think you knew all along, you know, that you were taking a risk with this person. And I think you knew that they would come and they would go in your life, you know, but that attraction you two had, I feel like it was one of those things. It was almost like dancing with the devil type of energy. It's like your connection, it was so intoxicating, you know, that you did everything you could to not get involved. But I think in the end you did. And then you realized what you really did, really how, you know, this really can't continue, this relationship. So I feel like you come out, you know, really telling the truth of how you feel, you know, because you just can't see how this can be a commitment. You just need to open up and really tell the truth to this person if you have not already done so about what's going on. And I think you'll be surprised with the outcome. So for others, I feel like I think you see that emotionally this person was pretty shut down to begin with. And I think you knew that. But you wanted to see whether or not you could make this work. Even if it meant possibly getting hurt in the process. You were willing to give this person a chance And because I think you wanted it to, because like I said, the connection that you two have was so intense. You know, it was one of those, it's like it was truly intoxicating when you two were together. But again, somebody was never going to commit, and I think somebody also saw that it was never going to work, regardless of how you thought it could be, and whether or not you can manifest it. I think you, Libra, really were trying to see the future farther down the road than this immediate kind of intense energy that the two of you had. I think you had more vision about the relationship than they did. All right, so what's hanging over your head here, Libra? Yeah, so you can't pretend that the energies don't exist. Like this chemistry you have with this person, it's real. Whether it's healthy or not, that's another question. But that definitely exists. So I think you pretend that your feelings aren't as intense as they really are, but they are. You know, and I think finances with you sometimes is an issue. I get a little bit of overspending going on, and maybe some of you are hoping that money will come from another source. But again, there's this emotional imbalance with this Queen of Cups and this Two of Pentacles both being reversed. It's like, you know, you're trying to make things work, but how can you make things work when there's so much disconnect here? Because the attraction is very physical, but can it be manifested in reality? So I think you're being, you know, because there's something about this that's just not balanced in this whole equation. What it is, I don't know. You may know. There could be some external factors that make you see that, wow, this will never be right between me and them. All right, let's see. What's your environment look like? Libra, what does your environment look like? So for some of you, okay, where this relationship has pretty much ended here with this Death card, I think you feel really bad about the whole thing. But if you start to open up, I think you'll start to feel better, you know, because I think this is one of these really hard endings. Like, you didn't want it to end. You really didn't want it to end, but you knew it had to end. And now you're left with these feelings of, gosh, you know, I don't know how I really feel about this. Maybe I should go back. Maybe I shouldn't. Because again, it's like you try to pretend the truth of this whole series. This person might have been married, and you were involved with somebody who was married, you know, but they made you very happy. And I think you wanted to see a future with this person, but you also knew that that was probably not going to ever happen, you know. So it was trying to get out of your head of the thought and the illusion of the two of you being together. And I feel like you get to a point where you start to ground yourself. And, you know, as you take one step and then the next step in moving away from this person, you start to find more happiness. But I think for you, it's like, but they made me happy is what I hear. They made me happy. It's like, because again, it was that intoxicating energy. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's healthy. Just because you have a physical, you know, a physical attraction to someone does not necessarily mean that that is the person you should be with. Yeah. So I think things start to move fast, and I think you know you need to make a decision about this person. You know, but this is, you know, I get someone wants to be really selfish. It's like, no, I'm going to go back and I'm going to make it work, but you know that it's almost hopeless to, you know, that there's something about this relationship that is very difficult. It's really difficult, and you have to really make a decision about the truth of this. And the Hermit is trying to shine light on why this will not work with you guys. And I think in your heart of hearts, you know why, but you have to take that blindfold off, because you don't want to really see the truth of this person. You know, it's like you would like to keep going and try to make it work and open them up. But in the end, I feel like, you know, walking away from this relationship is truly what the universe wants for you. Because there's something else that's waiting for you, something bigger and better. So you have to look at this relationship. You know, what did you do to create this situation for you to feel the way you do now between this person? You know, because I feel like there's some lies that had come down. I think you thought that they were one way, and then you get together, and after the passion has subsided, you realize that, you know, this person is really difficult and not the same person that you originally fell in love with. All right, what else do we have here? Yeah, I see you going off on your own. It's like I feel like you would rather be open and free and just keep your life, you know, yours, rather than make any kind of commitments to this person. Because again, I don't think you're really sure all the time. And there's a cloud that comes with this person. Maybe this person has a lot of baggage. You know, there's a history that they have. I feel like you're better off on your own at this time. You know, things will come out during this full moon. Messages are going to come out that I think will be disturbing to you. But those disturbing messages is exactly what you need so that you can move on from this and make these decisions, these really good grounded decisions about your future. Because your future here is looking at, you know, you're denying yourself more by being so stuck with this energy. So yeah, I think the messages are what kick everything on and help you move away. Because I don't think you can see where you can have a future with this person. And again, they're not the same person you fell in love with. So this is about like the long haul. Because for this Libra, I feel like you don't want to be single, but you also are not going to just casually, you know, get with somebody just because you have this, you know, magnetic attraction towards each other. Because again, this person is very, very difficult. I feel like they lie. They're very conniving. You know, it's like they try to be the ones in control of the situation. And I also feel like they could be very jealous and very, like keep you on a real short leash. And I don't think you like that either. All right, what else do we have for our Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs at this time. It makes you sad. It makes you sad. But how long can, you know, how long can you be with somebody where you're always on guard because you just don't trust them? And I think that is more the issue than anything else, is that there is no trust in this relationship. You know, and even though you loved them at one time and you cared about them, I think the truth of how deeply they can hurt you, I think that's what you need to sit with. Because I feel like if you continue with this person, what could happen is that these swords could come down on you again. And again, we're in that cycle of where they could hurt you. Oh, maybe for some of you an issue is children. The Empress with the Ace of Wands, it's like somebody can't have kids. And that might be upsetting to somebody. You know, so I think there's a lot of issues. I'm just picking that up for somebody. There's a relationship where you're going to make a decision because you can't have children with this person. That's affecting how you guys are going to move forward. So I think a lot's going to come out for you, Libra. I think a lot is going to come out this full moon. And a lot is going to talk about all of the pain that the two of you have experienced together. If you were married to this person, there was a lot of pain that was shot between the two of you. That might come out. This could be an ex, because we do have this card of justice, somebody who you divorced in the past. There could be a lot of issues around that coming up. So I think yielding your truth is really necessary. You might be dealing with a Gemini. Maybe you're dealing with a Taurus. Earth sign, definitely some earth sign energies around. But that's what I'm seeing. Let's get some cards of advice. So usually, I do want to say that this Five of Cups, usually, you know, it's like a lot of reflecting back on how things were. But, you know, there's more to a relationship than the sex and that physical attraction. You know, there's everything else that goes along with a relationship. And I think this is one of those situations where you can't pretend anymore that, you know, everything outside of the bedroom is what really matters to you. And this person doesn't fill those shoes. So you need to make a decision on how you're going to deal with this person. And you want to be selfish. You want to hang on to it. But I think that's a cycle that in the past didn't work out for you. And now you're at a point where you want to manifest your wishes and your dreams. So, let's see. What energies do you have? Words of advice for our Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus during this love transit. The universe. Again, the Queen of Swords. Ooh, and another Queen of Cups. I wonder if there's other people involved. So that's an interesting spread of cards here. All right, so the Hermit reversed with the Three of Cups reversed. To me, this is really being self-indulgent in something that is not healthy for you. And I think this Queen is wanting you to cut that out. It's like, just because you like it doesn't mean you should do it. So there's this lack of control of your emotions. It's like when you get around this person, it's like, what happens? It's almost like your brain leaves your body. And that's what I think you fight with this person. It's like you just don't know what gets over you. It's almost like they cast a spell on you. But I do see that if you stay focused on what you need, the things that you need in your life, you'll be okay and you can make things work for you. So for others, once you make this decision, I think you'll see that everything starts to turn around. You know, love is love. But if there's somebody who's trying to keep you from being who you truly are in a relationship and trying to, again, like, you know, they're the dominant force there. It's like they're trying to manipulate the relationship so that you're almost a puppet to them. You don't want that. You know, you're nobody's puppet. And I think the two of you fight a lot. You know, when you do get together, I think there's more that is uncommon that starts to come to light. And again, twice now we have the Two of Swords. You need to make a decision so that you can bring a sense of balance back into your life. You know, because this passion that you feel with them, you know, you're really confused because when it's good, but it's just like there's so many differences between you and this person. You may even come from two cultural backgrounds. You know, we have a white person and a black person here. You know, so maybe you come from two different countries, two different cultures, two different religious backgrounds. You know, and these differences really plague this relationship too, which might also be a reason why you cannot move it forward. So, in the end, I feel like you go it alone. Because I think you get to a point where you just, what more can you do? You know, this King of Swords, I mean, things are out of control. Your emotions are out of control. You know, and it's just like, this is something that you really fight with, like what to do about this person. Because, you know, this connection that you two have. So that needs to be looked at. You know, and I feel like divine intervention comes in and really shows you, you know, that this relationship you're involved with weakens you. It's very toxic. It's almost like you really truly are dancing with the devil with this person. It's that kind of energy. Instead of bringing happiness into your life, the longer you stay with them, the worse it will get. Do you know what I mean? It's like, because now they pit you against your friends, and then your circle will start to get smaller and smaller. Oh, take the blindfold off, Libra. Take the blindfold off. All right? So that's what I've got for you. I don't think there's anything else. So be patient. you know, so that you can make good decisions as you maneuver your way through all of this, you know, so you can start to see what you need to see, you know, so that you can move on. This Knight of Wands, this is somebody who's moving on. They're non-committal. They're you know, you find yourself again. So that's what we've got for you. Oh, look, and you start really making good decisions. And then you start to feel good about yourself again. So be careful of the lies that this person might tell you in order to keep you around. This tower needs to fall between you and them. And the door needs to be closed, because they're false messages of love. It's like somebody's leading you on and you could get really hurt. So I think you need to just really be very aware of what's going on around you and keep things really fair, because, you know, judgment time is here. And once you take that blindfold off, I think you'll really see the truth of what you need to do. In the meantime, you know, just, you know, I feel like patience is your friend, so that you know the steps that you are making, so that you won't get hurt again. All right? So that's what I've got for you, Libra. So stay tuned. The next reading I'll do will be next week. I'll throw out some bonuses. Then we'll have Love in the New Moon and our readings for December. So until then, I'll see you at the next reading. Blessed be. Bye now, Libra.